What is up, you guys? It's your girl Untitled back with another YouTube video.
You know, shorty, she my flex ting, better than my last. I'ma ring her up, she way too poppin' for taste. Too sexy to be worried about the next.
And as you can see by the title, this is a part 2 to 20 things I've learned in 20 years of living. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, you know, do me that little favor and subscribe. And yeah, watch the previous video if you haven't, watch all my other videos if you haven't done that as well, and follow me on my socials at map.iits. And let's get okay. So to start the part 2 off, you know, I'm starting it a bit deep, right? But this is also just like really directed towards me. So it's okay to be alone, you know. Sometimes it's really sad seeing people around you just jollaring and Mjalo's looking so nice and things like that. But I think you need to, sometimes you need to be in a space where you're alone, just so you're able to find yourself, in the sense of like really understanding the things that you like, things that you don't like, things that you're able or willing to compromise on, etc, etc. But thing is, you won't know all of that if you're being influenced by those around you. So it's like, because your boyfriend likes soccer, not jiggy, all of a sudden you like soccer. You know, you don't have to like soccer type of thing. That was a bad example, but I hope you get the gist. You know, like, it's okay to be alone, there's nothing wrong with it. It's good to explore yourself, really get to know yourself, because one thing about people, they don't know themselves, and I think that hinders them in terms of like relationships and stuff, and just what they want with their own lives type thing. It's because they don't really know or understand those aspects of themselves. So I think it's really important to do that, especially if like you're given the opportunity to live away from home. You know, I think that's also a very important like thing to do, just so you know how you would act when no one else is around type of thing. Like, you know, okay, this is my thinking, I like this way, etc, etc, you know. Because when you live alone and just when you don't necessarily have a lot of company around you, you start to like really realize who you are. Ask yourself frequently whether you're doing things for yourself or doing things for other people. You know, one thing about humans, we want to be liked by everybody, you know, but sometimes that's not a good thing, you know, because in the process of wanting to be liked by everyone, we decrease our standards, our morals, you know, etc, etc. So, you know, just constantly ask yourself, am I doing things to please myself, or am I doing this to please someone else? Because with that, it's like, if you're doing it for other people, one, you'll never be fulfilled because it's not even something that you really want to do, and two, what if what if their perception of whatever it is that you're doing changes, you know? So like, let's say everybody around you is smoking and drinking, and you're like, okay, because I want to fit in, I'm gonna smoke and drink, you know, and you get into that habit and you don't even really like it, but just to fit in, just to be liked by people, you know, you continue doing it. But then the next week someone's like, nah, actually, you know what, I'm gonna go on a hiatus, I'm done with that life, clean, like, you can't touch me type thing, you see? So now it's like, damn, I did all of that for no reason. See? So do things for yourself and not for other people. I think this is important, especially when you're single. Write down things you wouldn't compromise on, or the things that you want in a relationship prior to getting into one. I say this because I don't know why, but we have a tendency of not liking ourselves, you know, like we don't respect ourselves when we're in relationships. And yes, guys, I said it, we don't respect ourselves when we're in relationships, because when we're in relationships, we do things to please the other person, you know, to make sure that they're comfortable, to make sure that we're deemed as a pleasing type of thing, you know. So it's like, with that being said, it's just like, write things down. So if you know you're a person that needs to constantly communicate with someone, write that down. If you know You're not gonna compromise on personality, on the way they treat you, etc, etc. Then write that down, so that when you do get into a relationship, you constantly look back to it. Because one thing about the person, that the you before the relationship, they really respect you, but the you in the relationship does not respect you at all. They will literally go through things that they don't want to go through just to stay in the relationship, just because they're in love with the person or they're afraid of being alone, So it's just like, write all of those things down, so that when you do get into one, you still have some sense of respect for yourself, and you know that there's certain things that you're not going to compromise on, that you're not, that are not cool, that you just don't want your partner to do. Write that down, because you're gonna forget about it, trust me. Still on relationships, a tip to know that you're with the right person. I actually got this, I think, on Instagram. The person was saying that you must ask yourself whether you'd want your best friend to be with a person exactly like the person that you're with. If your answer is, I don't know, not really, then you're not with the right person. Because one thing about us, we really love our best friends more than we love ourselves, and that's a sad truth. So it's like, if my best friend has to deal with this, I'm probably gonna tell her to dump his ass, then you should be telling yourself to dump that nigga's ass. Have tough conversations no matter what. Give people the option to decide whether they still want to be in your life, based on whatever information you presented to them, don't decide on their behalf, because if you keep secrets or if you withhold certain information, you're already deciding for the person, in terms of like the steps moving forward. You've already decided for them that, yeah, no, they're still gonna stay in the relationship. So like, let's say for example, you cheated, right? And obviously you don't want your partner to find out that you cheated. Don't do that, because one, you've already decided for them that they're gonna stay in the relationship no matter what, but that's only based on the fact that you didn't present them with that information. So at least if you tell them that you cheated, for example, then they can decide whether they're okay, or not okay, but like they're willing to move past the cheating, or whether they want to dump you. I think you have to be okay with things like that. I just think we gotta be really transparent, especially like if you're gonna be in a relationship. Be really transparent, communicate, have the tough conversations. I'm not gonna go deep into this one, but delayed gratification over instant regret. Take with that what you will. Take it however you want to, just take it. Release what no longer serves you, no matter how hard it is. Like I said, we like to put ourselves in situations that we don't want to be in, and we don't respect ourselves as much as we did prior to being in that situation. So it's like, if you know something is bad for you, because one thing about, I think everybody, we all have intuition, and we all know that like certain things are really not for us. Don't continue being in that type of situation in hopes of things changing, or whatever the case may be. I think also the earlier you leave things, the better the healing process, just because, like for example, if you're gonna leave a partner type of thing, right? I think it's better to leave a partner 1 month down the line rather than 1 year down the line, because then it's way harder. Like, you make things way harder in terms of like memories being made, secrets being shared, etc, etc. Like, it's just hard to let go of a 1 year relationship compared to a 1 month relationship. Guys, please heal, because hurt people hurt people. Heal in whatever manner you feel is necessary. Pray about it, meditate on it, go to therapy, like journal, like do anything just to heal. Because like, I feel like pain and hurt and stuff is like paint. When you get like paint on your hand or something and you start touching things like mistakenly, you touch the bowl because the cloth is next to it. You're touching the counter and you're touching the cloth. In the process of trying to wipe off your hands, you already made 3 other things messy. So it's just like, try to heal. And it's hard, guys. Healing is really, really hard. It's not a one-step process. It's 500 steps. You go back to the beginning, you go back to the end, you go to the middle. Like, it's not a linear type of process. But just try to heal, just so you don't hurt innocent people, you know, because I think a lot of people also get into this everybody for themselves mindset, what, and not knowing some people out there are actually genuine in terms of the way they communicate and their feelings and etc. And because Jabulan hurt you in the past, now you're not gonna give Thabo a chance, or now you're gonna break Thabo's heart because Jabulani broke yours. It's the red paint. It's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna end up messing everything up. So yeah, heal, meditate, pray, go to therapy, especially therapy. Niggas, you need therapy. Guys, you need therapy. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Everybody in this world needs therapy. If I could literally, I don't know, if there was a fund, like a therapy fund or something, I would so pay it, because everybody needs that. The last one is enlightenment, you know. So I've been on like a spiritual journey, low-key, and a lot of the times I realized that enlightenment is the key, you know, just to really figuring out myself and those around me type of thing. So just like constantly looking for new information, you know, just to be presented type of thing, just so you have you have like more weight to what you say type of thing, you know, because I think it's also good to just know what you're saying, and the only way you'll know what you're saying is if you look for the certain information. So honestly, this could be with anything, with school, with relationships, with psychology. Just always look towards enlightenment. Anyways, that wraps us up for this video. I really hope this thing is still recording, or else I will cry. But if it is, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. Follow me on my socials at map.iitso, and don't forget to shine.
And she don't owe nobody, she make bands now. She make plans now, she got it planned out. Hands down, she finesses, she don't need no handout. She won't do the walk up to the bands out. Hands down, she won't do the walk up to the bands out.